Number 10. Mutant Pig. A terrifying mutant pig creature has been discovered in the US and nobody has any idea what the thing is. The strange animal was found floating in a lake with what appears to be the body of a pig but the hands of a human. It also had a straight tail, just to make things even more confusing. The individual who found the monster didn't do anything except film his discovery and then get out of there. In the video, you can hear the man complaining about a rancid stench coming off the beast's waterlogged corpse. But what is the creature really? Was it some sort of mythical creature that died? Maybe it was the man-bear pig like from South Park. Ever since the discovery, people have been trying to figure out what the animal was. Just a decomposing pig or some other kind of creature that apparently got the wrong genetics. Like, what's up with the hands? The thing is that its legs kind of looked like those of a dog, except the hands had long human fingers. Since nobody's seen the creature again, this is one weird animal mystery that may never be solved. Number 9. The naked mole rat. The naked mole rat doesn't look like it should even exist. It's a terrifying creature that goes against just about everything that should be natural. They don't even look like anything, except for naked mole rats. There's nothing else this ugly on the planet to compare them to. If you've ever wondered what makes a naked mole rat tick, you're in luck. Here's some incredible facts. This tragic animal is born weighing less than a single penny, with the queen mole rat producing an average litter of between 12 and 28 pups. Then, for the rest of the naked mole rat's life, it never drinks water. Because they eat underground plants, they get all their moisture from their food. But they get even weirder than that, as a quarter of the naked mole rat's muscle mass can be found in its jaws. It needs all that power to dig through soil with its teeth. And speaking of its teeth, it can move each incisor independently, like chopsticks. Basically, the naked mole rat is a freak of nature, yet an extremely fascinating one. They can live into their 30s and are known for digging tunnels up to 2.5 miles long. Oh yeah, and they eat their own poop. Nice. Number 8. Cyclops Snake. A snake discovered in Mississippi had some serious issues with its genetics. Birth defects are pretty common throughout the animal kingdom, but this reticulated python took things to a new level of disturbing. It was discovered with 2 eyes inside of just 1 eye socket. The breeder of the snake, Tyree Jemison, couldn't believe his eyes when the snake hatched from its egg looking like a cyclops, except that it had 2 eyes. But because its eyes were so squished together inside of just a single socket, it looked like a googly-eyed Cyclops monster. Usually, when genetic mishaps like this happen, the animal will die in nature. It probably won't have the skills or adaptations it needs to hunt for food. The breeder knew that the snake probably wouldn't have a very good life, so he went ahead and euthanized it. He put the mutant snake in his freezer, one of the most humane ways of euthanizing any animal. He's now thinking about selling it as a science specimen. He's already been offered $750 in cash. Number 7. The ugly Eye. The Eye is one of the ugliest and strangest creatures living on our planet today. It looks like someone's poor idea of a science fiction monster. The reason it's so freakish is that it appears to have the genetics of too many different animals. It's technically a lemur, but it looks like a frightened cat mixed with a shocked raccoon and a monkey on drugs. The creature has spiky white fur, extremely slender fingers like Nosferatu, and bright yellow eyes like a werewolf. These creatures only grow to be about 3 feet long, with its tail the same length as its body. It actually has the longest hair out of any member of its family, including bush babies, lemurs, and tarsiers. In captivity, the Eye can live for up to 20 years. It is quite rare and only lives on the island of Madagascar. It's so creepy that the locals say if you see one, somebody is going to die. So they actually try to kill the poor creatures on sight. It's not their fault they look scary. As you can probably imagine for such a freakish animal, the Eye is a solitary being. It spends most of its life hiding up in the trees, sleeping, mating, and eating. It's one of the largest nocturnal primates in the world, but they really don't like sharing their territory with other Eyes and will even spray their favorite trees with urine and a nasty concoction that comes from scent glands found in their cheeks and butts. Luckily today, they are protected by law, but the Eye hasn't had much luck improving its genetics. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Number 6. The goat with a human face. Villagers in India were terrified when a goat with the worst genetics possible was born. This disturbing creature is definitely a goat, but it was born with the face of a human. Its bizarre facial structure makes it look like an ornery old guy who sits on the porch all afternoon and scowls at people. At first, they didn't know what to think of the thing, as it was honestly pretty hard to look at. But according to the New York Post, the villagers soon got used to the animal and started worshipping it as a kind of god. Here's why. In India, rural villagers will often interpret mutant animals as a sign from God. Nobody knows exactly why they do this, but they believe that when a freakish animal is born, it's a sign of good fortune. But according to the experts, the goat actually suffers from a congenital defect called cyclopia, meaning the genes that are supposed to create facial symmetry are absent. The result is that the goat's face is all mushed up and wrong. It probably won't live a very long life, but at least it's getting the royal treatment from the villagers in the meantime. Number 5. Hairless Rabbits. If you've never seen a hairless rabbit, you're not alone. These rare and unnatural animals are absolutely terrifying. Picture a hairless cat, except way worse, like a really bad magician's failed hat trick. And while hairless rabbits may not even look like real things, they definitely exist. They were brought about because of a genetic mutation that causes them to have only a little bit of fur around their ears, on their feet, and around their nose. The result is oddly captivating, especially with all that pink, rubbery skin. Depending on your outlook, hairless rabbits are either adorable wonders or hellish beasts. Unfortunately, hairless rabbits don't have a very long life expectancy. The genetics are all messed up because of the recessive mutation that causes them to start balding while just a baby. They'll grow weak, normally way before they're supposed to. This means they require a significant amount of care. While they might be exotic, hairless rabbits actually have no place in the natural world. Would you have hairless rabbits for pets? What's the weirdest pet you've had? Let me know what you think of these fascinating animals in the comments. And remember to hit the subscribe button before the end of the video. Number 4. Eyeless Fish Monster. Julieta Garcia was working at San Roque Lake in Argentina as a pedal boat service manager when she spotted something strange floating beneath a bridge. Absolutely captivated by the weird animal, she got as close as she could without actually diving in with it. The creature was about 2.5 feet long, though its head was nearly a foot in diameter. Julieta managed to fish the creature onto the shoreline, where she took pictures of it and then posted them on social media to try and figure out what the freakish thing was. But this was easier said than done, as nobody has been able to identify the monstrosity. It had the body of an eel, but its head was way too big. Even people who had been working at the lake their whole lives had never seen anything like it before. It was a genetic failure, probably an eel or some type of fish that was born with all the wrong parts. After Julieta took pictures of the eel thing, she tossed it back in the water. Why? It had started to stink and was driving the customers away. Number 3. Horseshoe Bats. Horseshoe bats are arguably the most terrifying type of bat in the world. They have a distinctive flap of skin on their nose in the shape of a horseshoe, which distinguishes them from all other flying rodents. The horseshoe uses the skin flap, called a nose leaf, for echolocation. Other than their bizarre appearance, horseshoe bats are relatively normal. They sleep hanging upside down, with their wings wrapped around their bodies like protective cocoons. They emerge from the darkness just before sunset and then scour the land for yummy bugs. Another really fascinating thing about the horseshoe bat is that the female will give birth while hanging upside down. She then catches her baby in her wings, like a baseball player catching a fly ball in their glove. The female horseshoe bat will then take care of her baby until it reaches maturity, making her one of the best moms in the animal kingdom. Number 2. Elephant seals. Elephant seals are by all accounts horrifying. They defy everything cute and cuddly about the natural world. There are 2 different breeds, the northern elephant seals that live around California and the southern elephant seals that live in Antarctic waters. The southern elephant seals are the biggest, with the males growing up to 8,800 pounds. They can also be over 20 feet long, with huge inflatable snouts that look like elephant trunks. It's hard to say exactly how elephant seals climb their way up the evolutionary ladder to be alive alongside some miraculous creatures like eagles and lions, but they're here and that's that. One of the most bizarre things about elephant seals is the way they breed. Males will battle one another for dominance. The male who wins all the fights that usually end up turning into vicious battles to the death, earn the right to mate with all the females. The victorious elephant seal will collect himself somewhere around 40 to 50 females, which it then mates with fervently. But here's where things get really gross. The female elephant seal is significantly smaller than their male counterparts. Mating can actually have deadly consequences. The males are so big that they sometimes crush the females underneath them. This really makes you wonder, yet again, how this creature can even exist. If the simple act of procreation frequently causes death, something went very wrong during the animal's evolution. Number 1. The Armadillo Monster. You may have seen a terrifying monster online recently, a creature that looks like a disgusting mixture between a human and an armadillo. The creature first appeared online as part of a post warning farmers to keep a lookout for the dangerous animals, as it was on the loose and terrifying local livestock in India. At first glance, there's something obviously wrong with the Armadillo Monster. If real, it would be the only creature on the planet this terrifying, with the bald head of a human, a pointy nose, bright blue eyes, and a monster's body covered in armadillo scales. Luckily, this was not an incident of genetics gone wrong, just the internet being the internet. There was never any creature, it was just a piece of artwork made out of silicone. Somebody took the pictures from the artist's Instagram account and then began spreading them across the net, claiming the creature was real. Which one of these completely bizarre animals do you like the most? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit subscribe and come back soon for more great stuff from the channel.